My name is Milen. Should I say my age? I'm 47. Yeah, I'm 47. I came here like it was in July or June because I really felt bad in every way. I had pains everywhere. All my joints ached. I was depressed. It was just a bad time for me. And I came actually because I wanted to exercise and lose weight. That was my expressed goal. And after the first time we talked, we shared about it, I realized there was more than that. I needed more than that. And that's how we started working out for like a long time now, 6 months almost. Yeah. And we've been doing a lot. Yeah, I was concerned actually that it might be impossible for anyone to help me, not just for you, but for anyone to help me. And you said it wasn't, but I was also afraid of being judged. And I felt my question was even stupid, like I shouldn't even ask you that. And you made me feel comfortable that I could come the way I was. We would start from where I was and do whatever I needed. And you never, that day on the phone, you never made it a priority to make me lose weight. You made me understand that you wanted to meet me and decide with me what the goal would be. Well, I came here not only with my extra weight and my sadness. I came also because I was ill. I had health issues. And anytime I mentioned my health issues to those professionals, those doctors, they didn't really listen to me. They always went back to my weight and mentioning, by the way, that I would never lose it. It was like too late, I was too old, or people from my ethnic group, quotes, that's what they said really, couldn't lose more than 2 or 3 kilograms. We speak in kilograms in France. Couldn't lose more than 2 or 3 kilograms because once we have children, we just become fat. That's basically what they told me. I needed help. I actually realized something was wrong when I put on my first 5 kilos because they came too quick. And I had a real, healthy lifestyle at that time, and I knew something was wrong, and it was medically wrong. It wasn't just me, but nobody ever listened to me, and things worsened. And because I was feeling so bad in my body, I misbehaved with it. I was too shy now to go to the gym. I used to go to the gym, but I stopped because I felt too fat to be there. I didn't want to talk about it to anyone who could have possibly helped me because I had been embarrassed by the doctors. It was very embarrassing to hear these things about my ethnic group and I started feeling depressed, and it was just a vicious circle. I was depressed, so I ate bad. I started eating things I didn't even like, but it was just filling up an emptiness that I could not identify. And about my sickness, I had a lot of problems that I could feel. I could explain how I felt. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was wrong. And when I went to the doctors, they again never paid attention to it. So even there, things worsened. And when I came to you, I had surgery like 5 months before, a very, very heavy surgery. Just because 3 years ago, a doctor in France refused to give me a prescription for just one test that would have saved me. So my experience with doctors is really not good. I was still seeing a doctor when I came because there are things you can't do by yourself. But I actually stopped it after a while because she was not helping me. She was judging me, or she wanted to keep me on medication. And what I was looking for, at least after my first time with you, my first hour with you, what I was looking for was a new way of living. I just wanted a new life, something that I would be doing for the rest of my life, even if it's hard, that would keep me healthy and that would keep me happy. So I quit seeing doctors, and I kept my basic medication. I have medication that can save my life for blood pressure, for example. But I kept taking my medication, but I changed the way I was eating. I started exercising. I started believing in myself. I started believing in my dreams. I had even forgotten I had dreams. And I made plans. I wasn't making plans anymore. I was making plans for my daughters. I just wasn't making plans for me anymore. It was like my life had ended and I was just passing over to the next generation, and I'm only 47. Well, I have a friend who came here. She's actually my best friend. And when after my surgery, I was staying at her place because I just couldn't take care of myself. And I saw her go every day to that Hugo place. I mean, she was going there. She was in workout outfits, so I knew there was something about sports. And she was going there every day, and she never really told me what she was doing and why she was going there. And one morning I asked, because you know me, I'm curious. I need to know things. I asked, and she explained that it wasn't just sports. It was more about finding a way to tame her body, because with menopause coming, her body was changing and she was feeling things she couldn't control. And she said you had some specific way of working, that it was both sports and learning more about yourself and finding something that will be specific to your own condition, and relieving pain also, because she had pains like I had actually. And that rang a bell, but I didn't come right away. That was in February. I wasn't ready, because really, I must say, to do what you do here efficiently, one has to be ready to give up their own beliefs, ready to really change and make hard decisions. It's not just going to the gym. I go to the gym and it doesn't change anything in my life, except that I grow muscles if I keep on going. But when you come here, you reflect on your own habits, on your choices, on your past, on the future you want for yourself. And that makes you change about everything about yourself. Your relationships, the one you will pursue, the ones you will stop. And that's hard to do, but that's definitely something you have to do. And I want to say here that you never asked me to start a relationship with anyone or stop it with anyone. But it just made sense every time. When we worked, we also talked. I mean, working and talking, it just went together. It's some sort of a VZ psychotherapy. It's something mixed like that. And you made me realize a lot of things that were toxic in my life and were not helping me. I came here thinking the problem was me. And I told you actually at some point, I'm not fit for this world. And that's how I felt. And I realized that I am different from what the world expects, but maybe the world is not always right. And I had to make choices that I did make. They were hard because they always have consequences, especially when it comes to stopping a relation with someone, a friendship, or even with your own family. That's the hardest actually, but it's necessary for you to feel better. Another thing I realized in that working out talking is that there are things that this society, this world condemns. It's like you should never feel stressed. You should never feel down. And I was feeling stressed all the time. You asked me on a scale from 1 to 10, how much stress do you feel right now? And I said 21. And I really meant it. But I realized that 21 was way too much. But stress and pain and feeling down, that's just part of being alive. And you don't always have to go to a doctor for something. You don't always have to feel guilty for how you feel right now, as long as it doesn't become a habit, as long as it doesn't become your way of living. And it's all that we've been doing here in this little room. it looks like, it's a gym because there's weight, but there's just so much more going on here. And I feel better in many ways. It doesn't mean I never feel down. I do feel down sometimes, but I do realize it's normal. This is a hard world. This is a hard society. It doesn't make things easy for anyone. So how could I always be happy? I'm not sure I answered your question. I'm so talkative.
Do you remember one specific moment where you felt, okay, I'm in the right place? Or...
Yes, there's one. It was the first day again. We spent actually an hour just talking about what you actually did here, how I felt, who I felt I was. You asked me, who are you? And I told you who I thought I was. I say that this way because actually it's not who I am, but it was how I felt at that time. But at some point, it was about 45 minutes into the session, you asked me, how do you picture Mylène 2.0? And just with that question, I felt allowed to think of a new me. And I gave you an answer. It came out so quick that maybe you thought I had prepared it, but no. But it's just, I felt allowed to go back to the old dreams that I had, and I just gave you what I always wanted in my life. And ever since, we've been working on it just straight. There were ups and lows, but we've been working on that, becoming Mylène 2.0. And I'm really getting there. I feel good. I did lose weight, but my weight is really not an issue anymore. I don't even go on my scale anymore because I realize what's important is not how people see me, not that people tell me, oh, you lost weight, you look good now. That doesn't matter at all. I want to feel good in my body. I want to feel good in my mind. I want to accept me the way I am. I want to improve the way, not really the way I look, but the way I am physically, because it's better for my health, but it's not to be accepted by anyone. So the weight is not an issue, and I'm just getting where I want to be. So I'm feeling better. My health has improved a lot. I was able to lower my medication. That's something you don't know because you never asked me. I mean, it's important that I say that. You never asked me to do that, but I lowered my medication and I feel great. I had new tests done and they were just wonderful. Psychologically, I feel strong. I don't feel strong, actually. I am strong. I didn't know I was, but I am strong. And I feel ready to do whatever I want to do. There's one thing I've always wanted to be able to do. I knew all my life that people shouldn't decide whether I should be happy or not, whether I should be crying or not, whether I should be smiling or not. But somehow I always gave them that power. I knew it was wrong, but I just always gave them that power. I came home sad and with headaches because somebody did something at work, or I felt sad for a whole month because some friend didn't behave the way I was expecting and all. And these things just don't matter anymore. I don't care. I really don't. I mean, I'm not pretending. I just do not care at all. I am happy. Dot. And that's what matters. That's why, these sessions, that's a lot of money. And I won't say it's expensive because expensive means it's too much money for the value, for the worth of the thing. But actually, I didn't get what I paid for. I got much more. I came to lose weight. I lost weight. I feel strong. I mean, I couldn't work lately because of the way I felt. I just couldn't handle things. I mean, I can handle anything now. And that's not what I paid you. That's not what I paid you for. You did much more. And I actually want to thank you for that. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being there and not canceling the session because I came and I was sick. Sometimes I was really sick. I had dengue fever, I had headaches, those migraines that really kill me sometimes. Sometimes I was just feeling down. I came crying, and you never canceled the session. You always adapted it. And it was never a waste of time. Another thing I want to thank you for is I spent the whole summer alone at home because my daughters were in France, and I told you the first day, I don't even know if I will keep coming. I mean, maybe I will just, feel sad and not want to come. You called me every day. And when you didn't call, you sent messages. It was like you never gave up on me. I felt like I was your only customer. I really felt that. I mean, I wondered, wow, does he do that with everyone? It was just wonderful being helped like that and held like that. You were really holding my hand. But it's true. Thank you.
Okay. Might as well close now.
Yeah.
That was a great ending.
You're welcome. Good. Don't cry. It's just true though. Tu me connais, je dis toujours la vérité. Si t'avais été nul, je l'aurais dit.
I hope so.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.